Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. For those in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. I had a bit of time tonight, so I figured I'd do a quick flight. Today we are in Vancouver, and we're going to fly up to Calgary, Alberta. And we're in a new airplane. Let's go down and take a look. This is the... I hate that does that. This is the Boeing 737-700. I picked it up the other day, and mainly for flying with Aurora, the codeshare airline, Metro Air, that there's been some videos and stuff put up on the web, on the YouTube channel for. Our code sharing agreement, hi Talia, our code sharing agreement is coming to an end at the end of the month, and then we'll no longer be flying with them. And hopefully Aurora will get some more routes and some expanded routes. So I figured I'd pick up the 737-700 and do some flying with them. It is a subsidiary of Fly UK, so we are flying the UKV flight numbers or call sign, but I think the flight numbers in the 3000 range are all Aurora. But we're going to hop on board and fly out of here. All of the Aurora 737 flights are based out of Vancouver, so we're going to be seeing a lot of Vancouver and the mountains as we fly the airplane. It'll be flown when I have time and in the evenings, and I want to hop on and do a flight. So that's Brian beside us in the Air Canada A320. We can jump on board now and we will start going. And yeah, Creative, it is a nice paint scheme. Reflecting the Aurora that you would see if we come around to the other side, streaking across the sky there. Nice blues in the coloring. So let's hop on board and start getting set up. Alright, we'll take our seat in the cockpit and we will come down and confirm parking brake is on. Battery switch is on. Standby power switch to auto, and the emergency exit lights are now armed. Ground power is connected. We can confirm that. Lights are on, a steady position. Yeah, it would be nice, but proprietary paint schemes for the VA, so not much we can do there. We'll come up top. We will turn on the nav to align and get that all up and running. Passenger signs will now come on. The hydraulic electric pumps will come on. Window heat coming on both sides. Yaw damper is on. Left aft fuel pump coming on. APU will start. And while the APU is starting up, we will come down to here. We'll go into FS actions. We're going to set our fuel through here. Fuel for today's flight is going to be 5,851. Set that in now, and go back. We can go to our payload. We have 105 passengers in this all economy class aircraft. And we're going to drop down. We want 54,734 around our gross weight. So we're going to bring our baggage down. See where that leaves us. 54.4, so we'll increase the aft by 300, so we'll go to 800. So 54.7 is where we want to see that. The APU should be up now, so we'll bring on the APU generators. APU bleed can come on, bring on the packs, and the isolation valve is open. So we can come back down here, go over to ground services. So we're not doing fueling through here. I find it a little bit iffy. We're on the jetway. We are a target of 105 passengers. We're not going to board because that's what we already set, but we will come over here and we will do the baggage outside. So again, there's an issue with the jetways here doing that funky thing, but we will start loading in our passengers. And here comes the baggage carts. This is not, I'm still playing with GSX Pro to get it down. I'm just using the PMDG ones here. Alright, so we can start doing our FMC. Actually, before we do that, let's get a little bit of panel brightness up so it makes it easier to read things. Put it to the center, and we will go up top and do the one for up here. There it is. Get that vertical. There we go. A little bit easier to see things. Into the FMC, October 6th, November 3rd data is correct. Position initialization. We'll go grab the left GPS and throw it in. And we are all set there. So into our route, we're going to request our flight plan. Is that the flight plan we are going to use today? That is not the one. No, we're not gonna request a flight plan. We're gonna do this manually. I didn't copy it over, so that's fine. CYVR to CYYC. It's not a long route anyway. And we are UKV 3018. Nope, sorry. That goes there. And we can go to page 2 for our routing. So we're going to adapt, D-A-P-E-D. Well, it would be if you spelt it right. There we go. Now we're doing a lot of directs today. Direct to Petley, P-E-T-L-I, and then direct to Membo, M-E-M-B-O. Again, spell it right, it's Menbo. I keep forgetting the extra little steps to get the flight plan to show up. And then we're going to Airway Q983 to Norret, N-O-R-E-T, and that is our entry point into the arrival. So we'll go to our departure page. We're going to be departing off runway 26 right, and we're going off on the YVR2, which basically is a straight out 5 mile off runway heading. We'll execute that. Back to the index. And our arrival for today, given the winds in Calgary, which are currently 060 at 4. Vancouver is 290 at 9. We're going to be doing the ILS for runway 11. We are going in on the IGVEP6. IGVEP6 for 11. We are going in at Norret and no transitions, so we'll execute that. So if we come up to our plan, We're going to take off, head straight out. At 2,000 feet, we'll make a right-hand turn out to Daphead, up over the mountains. Coming in, we're going to start in on the arrival. We'll come around, and then it will be a vector around to Kissel, where we pick up the ILS for runway 11. So that is all looking good. Come back to map. 10 for you. So routing information is all in. We can come down to our performance initialization. Pull up my flight plan. Alright, gross weight of the aircraft on takeoff will be approximately 54.7. I'll enter that in. Our planned fuel for today is 5.8. Reserves are 0.9 of a ton. Cost index of 25 for today's flight. And we are going up to a cruising level of 370. Estimated winds are 0.15 at 22. Temperatures and transition altitude is 18,000 feet, which is what we want. And we're good. So we'll execute that. There's our speeds for cruise. That's all fine. We'll go back to our performance N1 limits. Now I'm going to go into our calculator. And we are at Vancouver, runway 26 right. Bring in the weather. And our planned takeoff weight. 54734. 54734 or 6. Runway is dry. Anti-ice off, flaps optimum, engine bleeds on, thrust optimum, and assumed temperatures optimum. Our calculation. Alright, our cell temperature is blank. It wants us doing a TO2, derated takeoff. So that is all good. We'll come over here to our takeoff information. It's going to be a flaps 1 takeoff. Center of gravity is 20.7, and we want just over 6 on the trim. We'll wind that in. That's just over sorry, just over 6 on the trim. Page 2 wants the runway winds, which were 300 at 7. No slope we have to worry about, cell we don't have to worry about.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your
and there's our numbers, so 122, 125, and 131. Runway remaining is 1,100 feet.
If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items
as for obtaining clearance,
clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other
not a concern. There's no ATC on currently.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating
Clear that.
responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask...
Looks like the boarding is done, or the baggage is done.
Once we depart from the gate. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
So we'll come down here, go to our actions and our ground services. That's all set. We can release you guys. And they're all going to be disconnecting. So while we watch them get all the baggage trucks and stuff out of the way, we're one subscriber away from the magic number of 500. I have planned out a special live stream that we'll do to celebrate 500. So if anyone wants to be the lucky 500 subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Also hit the like button, bell notification for flying along, and just a reminder that all my live streams are multiplayer flights. So like Brian here, if you want to fly along, you are more than welcome. A lot of them are done on VATSIM, so you're going to have to be comfortable flying on there. But Wednesday nights we do general aviation flying. And we're currently doing a tour of Scotland. They are multiplayer flights, so you can join in on there if VATSIM is a little bit intimidating. So the link to the Discord is in the descriptions for the videos, both on YouTube, and it will be on Twitch once we're done and I get it copied over. And just put it up in the chat as well if you're interested. We're still waiting on the boarding. Coming along. Vancouver's a nice airport if you've ever been there. It's got some nice native art. Of course, the whole Pacific West Coast has a huge native history and some very interesting things there. It's not a bad airport. Been in there a few times in the last couple of years. Twice this year. So it looks like most of the equipment is almost all the way. And loading continues. We're going to come back over to our FMC. And over here on Roger's side, I'm going to go FMC. He's going to have the legs for the route up. "13 minutes till your departure." Yeah, I'm somewhere in that area. Although we have passed halfway. I heard her on the announcements. So we'll get our altimeters. I'll grab the current weather here at Vancouver, though it is an hour ago. There should be an update coming soon. So 290 at 9, 15 miles visibility, skies are clear. It's 18 degrees, 3013. Get that up to 3013. Let me just do that. I forgot it's all connected on this airline. It's the option they have. Transponder we will set to 2000. 1234 is not a good number. So we're set to 2000. So fueling is complete. Loading is complete. We're just in the boarding stage here. Our FMCs are set up. No issues with the flight plan. We will go ahead a little bit early, but we're sitting here with time. We'll set up our FCP or MCP. So we're going to set our initial climb out to our cruise level of 370. Just because there is no departure we're on, and we do want to get over the mountains. It's going to be a nice evening flight. I mean, it's still, the sun's going down here in Vancouver. They are 4 hours, I believe, behind me where I am now. So it's 20 after 4 there. Maybe it's 3 hours. Can't remember. It could be 20 after 5. We're heading into Calgary, which is over the mountains on the to the east. So no speed restrictions on departure as well. So we're going to set this at our V2 plus 20, so that's be 151. Although it is 3 hours. Yeah, I couldn't remember. So it's 20 after 5 in the evening there. Our speed is 151. Runway heading, we're going to dial in as well. Now if I bring up my airport diagram, the heading for runway 268 is 263 degrees. So we'll bring that around. There's 263 degrees. So as we go out of here, we do have a couple VORs we can tune for reference. First one is the Vancouver VOR. That's not what I want. That's what I want. This is interesting charts I'm looking at.
We are ready to go when you are.
Oh, it looks like everybody is on board. Not going to worry too much about the VORs. So with loading complete takeoff data, we have confirmed 122, 125, and 131. Our cruising altitude, which will be 370 for pressurization. And our landing altitude, which interestingly enough, is 3,600 feet. Calgary is up on the Great Central Plains. 3,600 feet. So my diagram's all set. Okay, Nick, have a good night. We'll talk to you later. So that's our cruise altitude, landing altitude is done. MCP, we went through and set that up already. Our departure is briefed. We're going to take off, climb to 2,000 feet, runway heading, make a right turn to the first waypoint. Come down to our radios, over to Unicom 122.8. They're set. So we can take a look. Equipment has been removed. Ground power is still connected. Wheel cones are still connected, but doors and jetway have been removed. So we'll quickly come down here to Rogers' side into FS Actions, ground services. We can get the wheel chocks removed. And we are operating on the generator, or the APU, sorry. As we can see there, an APU bleeds are on. And ground power is off. So we can come back down and we can tell them oh, we put the chocks back. Ground. Oh, they've disconnected the ground power. Have they? Yes, they have. Oh, why is that? I can't tell if that jetway is there or not. Should be removed. Moving. I'll take it as gone. All right, so we are good for pushback. Let's get
Cockpit
the
to
tug
ground.
connected.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
Tug is moving in. We will set our pushback marker now. Way too far. Let's go 60. No. 55. And we want it to be 80. 70. There we go. That is all looking good.
Check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
Alright, so the jetway has officially been removed. Come up here. Anti-collision light will go on. Everything is clear both sides. And before we push back, I'm going to set myself up here. Traffic, data, and terrain. And it'll be rows and traffic over on Roger's side. Let's make sure we are good here. Vancouver traffic, Skyways 3018, gate 84, push and start facing east.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Alright. Fuel pumps coming
Parking
on.
brakes released.
Parking
Pushing
brakes are
back.
released. Packs are going off. Do not want them on start. Ignition mode selector is set to both. Push has started. There's Brian over there. He's going to come out after us.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Starting engine number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft.
Waiting on
You will notice a
2.0
light illuminated
on
above
the
your seat. When this light is
N1.
illuminated, please fasten
And then we
your
will
seatbelt
add the
low and tight
fuel.
across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings
Right now
into
the
one another
compressed
and tighten
air
by
is
pulling on
spinning the
loose
engine.
end of the
There we
strap.
go.
To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression,
Pushback
an
complete.
oxygen
Set
mask
parking
will drop
brakes,
in front
please.
of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask
Parking
towards
brakes
you.
set.
Place it
Roger.
firmly over
Okay,
your
the
nose
tow
and
bar
mouth.
is disconnected
Insert your
and
left
the
hand
equipment
behind
is
your head.
clear.
Tighten the
Thanks,
straps
and you
if
can
necessary
disconnect and go to hand
so
signals.
normally.
Thanks. Have a
Although
good
the bag
flight.
does
See
not
you later.
increase, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone
Alright,
who requires
starter
assistance,
has clicked
secure your
over.
mask
Starting
on
engine
first
number 1.
and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the
There's
aircraft. If
two,
it doesn't inflate
adding
automatically,
fuel.
you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and a light. If you need to, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please make sure to exit the
Give
aircraft
that engine a
as soon
listen as it
possible and leave your
spools up.
belongings. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Alright, we got 2 good starts. Generators 1 and 2 are now coming on. Engine 1 and 2 start switches will go to continuous. Probe heats will come on. Engine anti-ace not required. Engine 1 and 2 bleeds will come on. Packs will come on to auto. Recirc fan to auto. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleeds off. APU off. Flaps. Flaps 1 required, selected, and in transit. Elevator trim 6.08 is set. Flight controls. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder. Neutral engine instruments are checked and good. We'll bring them up onto the main display. Now I'm going to come up here and arm VNAV level change, heading select. No, we won't. We forgot to turn on the flight directors. VNAV level change, heading select. We can't do all that. No, we have a SID. Should be able to do all that. There we go. Auto throttle now armed. Warning recall is good. So we're good to taxi. Taxi light will come on. Logo light we don't need. It's not dark out. Everything else is looking good. We are going to set this to generator 1. It's a generator on engine 1. Vancouver area traffic, Skyways 3018, taxiing runway 26 right via 6 Bravo, 6 Echo, Tango, Mike to holding point Mike 9. Alright, brakes released. Start bringing the engines up.
Cabin is secure. Ready for departure.
Thank you. Brian pushing back.
Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 492, pushing back, stand 8 seconds, facing east.
We're going to swing on the first one to the left. Here I'm starting his engines. Take us up to Tango and then cross up to Mike, which is parallel to the runway. We'll look around. We don't want another run-in like we did in Frankfurt this morning, where we met up with another aircraft. We have 11 departures, 5 arrivals on the board here for Vancouver. So yeah, there's a couple on their way in. They're over the mountains right now. Let's another look at that airplane. Mike coming up. This is FS Dream Teams Vancouver. There's aircraft there. Not entirely sure who that is.
Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 492, taxiing 26 right, Tango, Mike 9.
Seems to be heading down to San Francisco. Our Air Canada flight. Got Air Canada 119 coming in from Toronto. Then we got one going into Abbotsford and one into Kelowna. So not too bad. Not too bad. He wasn't hearing any radio calls from those guys. It's a little annoying. They're supposed to be on Unicom. Alright. Enough dilly-dallying here. No more than 40 on the engines for taxi. We'll get the speed up. We're not going much further. Should be nice flying over the mountains as the sun sets. Here's Mike 9 coming up. I got the beautiful fall colors starting to show out here in Vancouver as well. Short. Get the brakes on. Let's do our final check. So, fuel flow is good on both engines. V-speeds are set. FCP, nav data, and radios are all good and all checked. Alright, we're good to move out. So, landing lights will go on. Turn up flights will go on. Taxi light will go off. Transponder TARA. Traffic is on. We are good to get ourselves set up. Quick check. No aircraft seen on the approach. Vancouver area traffic, Skyways 3018, taking position 26 right. Brakes released, roll out. Runway is verified, correct? Two-six right confirmed. We'll get ourselves lined up. Go. Setting sun, and there's Brian waiting to go. All right, so we are lined up. Runways confirmed. Clock is starting. Engines to 40%. Vancouver area traffic, Skyways 3018, rolling runway 26 right for right hand turnout at Vancouver. Alright, brakes released, we're rolling, and takeoff power is set. Airspeed's live.
Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 492, lining up 26 right, holding 2 minutes for separation.
V1, rotate.
Rotating. It's 15-degree rotation.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Autopilot engaged, Command A. It's 2,000 feet. And we're going to make our right turn to adapt. Mist over there on the water tonight. It's 200 knots, flaps up. So positive rate, gear is up, autopilot is on, auto brake is off, gear lever is set to off. Engine start switches are off, runway turn-off lights coming off, flaps retracted, cabin pressure is fine.
Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 492, departing 26 right, right-hand turn, direct Stapid.
There's North Vancouver, downtown Vancouver. Airport's over here. Get traffic descending in front of us. That's the guy on the inbound. There's the airport. There's Brian down there rolling. Inbound traffic should be coming in for landing. It should not be a factor. It's 8,000 feet. We are short haul. We're only about 2/3 full, so pretty light tonight. There's 10,000 feet, so landing lights will come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet.
It's pretty calm.
Turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lap point.
So inbound traffic is not an issue. He's below us. There's the mountains. Pretty calm air right now, so it's not too bad. Definitely got a mist going on around us. – 18,000 feet. We will switch over to standard pressure. long flight tonight. I think the flight time was like 50 minutes.
Vancouver traffic, Air Canada 119er heavy established, 13 mile final 26 right.
777. Here's your 18,000 feet. We'll go over to standard pressure. Everything is looking good. There's the Vancouver, greater Vancouver area. Loving the particle effects. And very nice looking airplane. A little bit of clouds out at Calgary, but not too bad. Yeah, clearance delivery is online at Victoria, and it's the only thing that's up in the ATC world. Not sure how much traffic he's going to get. We're looking good. So as I mentioned in the stream earlier today, we'll stream tomorrow. As far as it stands right now, that may change. I'm hoping not. And we should be streaming our world tour Monday. Not sure about that one, but that is the plan as we stand. It is a holiday weekend, so something might come up family-wise or friends or whatever, so we'll see. Yeah, we are. It's a beautiful evening for flying. Looking out, we're coming up towards Chilliwack. See if there's a quieter view. There's the look back. As we climb out. I do like that side, the sun's shining on it, but we're right behind the engines. You can see the paint scheme there, the Aurora is in the sky. And as you can see, it is a Canadian-based subsidiary. We head out over the mountains. Oh, it's loud. Let's jump back inside. So we'll see how dark it gets for landing. But while we're here, why don't you avail yourselves of something from the cart. We have food, we have drink, and we have some other sundry items if you need them. I think we'll quickly slip into the back once we pass 30,000 feet. throw up a little bit of entertainment for about 15-20 minutes or so. And then we'll be able to start getting ready for our descent briefing. Again, short flight, but it sure beats the, well, time-wise it beats the drive through the mountains, but I think the drive through the mountains is a lot more scenic. Well, it does look pretty good from up here. Wait till the winter when this is all covered in snow. Anyway, that's just the 30,000 feet. I'm going to go off mic. I'll be in the chat. I'm going to go put the kettle on, and we'll give you a little bit of entertainment for a bit. See you for the debrief, or the briefing for the descent.
Far across the sea in Holland, in the land of wood and show, there's a story nearly everyone knows, and I'll tell you how it goes. There's a little Dutch mill on a little Dutch hill.
I hate these renegades. I hate all who have blades. I hate these neat and clean. I'm dirty and I'm mean. Jingle, jingle, glittering gold, precious power and strength untold. Reap it, keep it, gold is wealth. Gold like blood is life itself. I'll teach you to spy on me, you rat. No one knows about my gold. I got the secret well. When I burn your tongues out, even you won't tell.
Moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your feedback for our list of complimentary rental drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
He's a dirty, mean miser. We'll teach him to be wiser. Yet water, soap, and brushes. We'll clean him till he blushes. No, no, not that. No, 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 Ow! 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 Ow!
Well, look me over here.
Wait! I never knew that cleanliness could bring one happiness. All my gold has brought me naught. Joy like this cannot be bought.
Oh, the little Dutch boy and the little Dutch girl at the little Dutch mill on the little Dutch hill. Now they're happy and safe for their little Dutch man.
that guy in the air.
Oh, yeah, I like the air, and I'm going along, Steve.
Yeah, well, I'm going out with it, see?
Oh, is that so? Well, I ask him, boy. Like that, cool, honey, and you're a crowd. Yeah. Did she do the soap?
I'm crazy about a man in a uniform.
Would you like me if I wore a uniform?
Why, I just love you.
Wow, look at I want to join up.
I'm hunting in room for one, and it's gotta be good. Must be, brother.
Yeah, not bad. Take a look at this. Just to give you an idea what a big star I was in the movies. A little big shot, you know. Well, I guess they're kind of quiet now. Big shot here.
Kind of quiet around here, don't you think?
Look at that man. Oh, look at that man.
What do you got there? Cindy Perella or something?
Get your eye on this.
Well, I can do that with a trick gun.
How do you like that, Quadrant here?
Not bad. Why, that's nothing. Get a load of this. I played a dual role in this picture. Well,
Very good. If you think that's good, look at this. That's the hawk you like me, and that's the hawk. Get your foot up there, baby, and I'll give you that nice flat panic. There.
why the man's wait? Here's a little horseplay I was in.
That's great.
Oh,
Why, I'm better than that one I've run, and this'll pull it. Another one will be big C there, Trailer.
I'm back with me, boy. Nobody's gonna take us for a ride and get away with it. I made an exclusive. Oh,
I like hair and fine
that's
like
right,
that.
right.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow. Hey, watch where you're going with it. Whoa. Heavy traffic here. Wow.
Hey, Trailer, how do
Alright. About 120 miles from top of descent. About over the midpoint of the mountain range. Definitely got that sun going down, starting to see some color down there in that ground fog and mist. See if there's a weather update here for Calgary. No, it's still an hour ago. Winds 170 at 4, 50 miles visibility, a few clouds at 2600, 21 degrees. Oh, it's warm there. 3017, and density altitude's making it seem like 4,800 feet. Obviously something to be a little concerned about, more for takeoff than landing. I'll just put it into the chat. So we can come down to our FMS, we can go into our approach. So I think for today's flight, we are going to be landing on runway 11. It's only 8,000 feet long. So we're going to go with a full 40-degree flaps. I'll get that information in there. So there's our reference speed of 124. So we're going to be doing our approach at 129. That's a +5 wind correction. 110 at 6. Okay, well that works. We're landing on runway 11. So it looks like the wind's starting to back a little bit. 0100. Yeah, I haven't got that one yet. I'm sure it'll come in shortly. Alright, so we are all set up. We've got our reference speeds set. Definitely seeing some color start to appear in the sky, that the scattering effect, particle scattering effect. Looks pretty neat. We're going to add a touch of floodlight over top there and down here. We'll add a little bit over here for Roger as well. Touch down here on the panel, and turn up the circuit breakers in the back with the lighting. So we should be all good for lights. Everything else is looking really good. How's our fuel? Feels good, 3.9 tons. We look at our prog page, it says we should have 3.2 when we land, which is more than enough. So I haven't really noticed much difference between the 700 and the 800 variants, except the 800 is slightly longer, slightly heavier. Just got to be a little bit more gentle on rotation. But other than that, they're identical aircraft. They both fly really well. Of course, we're flying the 800 on the Fly 2 series. 700 will be here in Aurora. And the Phoenix A320 currently going around the world. It's going to be interesting next month when the DC-3 and the A310 are released as part of the 40th anniversary package. May have to do a DC-3 series with that. It's airplane heaven, so it should be pretty good. And then it's Inabuilds doing the A310, which will be the next step up. And then, of course, Just Flight is doing the A330, so that'll be good for long hauls. I wish somebody would do an A350. That would be a nice one to have. So let's get the ILS information dialed up. So it's runway 11. So the course is 105 degrees. So we'll get that in on both sides. Just looking at the missed approach procedure. We're actually going to keep number 2 on the missed approach. So it wants a heading of 133. For the missed approach, we climb straight ahead on heading on 105 to intercept the outbound CYYC VOR runway radio 113. And then we climb to 7,000 feet to Oksani. So we are going to get a little bit of turbulence starting to kick in here. We're going to tune our heading over to 115, or 105, sorry, which is runway heading. And then we have 105 on the course, so we're going to come down to our nav. So the first one is going to be the runway, which is 11055. So that is the ILS frequency dialed in now, 11055. And then the nav 2, we're going to dial in on 1167. And that is the CYYC VOR. And that's what we'll need for the missed approach. So we have no ATC up currently, so I'm going to come down here, go to my legs, and ITPAC. How far out is ITPAC? ITPAC is there. Kissel is 6,500. Yep, we're going to take out the vectoring. We'll just go directly around the loop. And we'll make it easier on us Kissel. We want, it's going to be a hard 6,500 feet. There we go. Yeah, that will work. And that way we don't have to worry about vectors. Ooh, really getting that lighting in here. I'm going to throw in the overhead for now, just until we get lower. Looks like it's going to be a night landing. And the stars are starting to come out. Currently laying in the contrail. Not seeing Brian back there. He's not too far behind. And see the sun going down. As we come down, it's going to get lower as we descend, and then of course we're going to go behind the mountains, which is going to cut it off. So we can enter in our descent. Our final descent we want is 6,500. So we can just enter that in now. There we go. And we got our restrictions as we come down. We're all set. First hard restriction is Amido above 14,000. It says Amido above 14,000 and above 13,000. So those are all correct. Might be a bit far for TCAS. I don't know. I see you on TCAS. You're behind me. You're right there. If we take a look here at Roger's side, which is giving me the all around. You're what are we about? 19 miles, 20 miles behind me. And 2,000 feet below. Yeah. So we're about 40 miles to go. See our top of descent, 43 miles. And fuel should be 3.2. See what that says when we get there. Yeah, I have mode C on. I can confirm both down here and on VPilot. Mode C is on. Are you tilt above? I am higher than you. If you've gone to tilt below, I might not show up. We're gonna bring that back to 80 miles. So we're about 6 minutes to the top of this, 5 minutes to the top of descent. It'll start on its own as well. So we've just passed Nelson, BC. And we're northwest of Cranbrook. Some well-known names for Canadians. Banff is up over this way. Yeah, it might be on the border for you, for picking me up. "41 minutes into the flight. Everything is going well. Again, we are at the cheap airline. We don't have the eyebrow windows. Hope we get to see weather radar soon. I know that even though they released the API, they said they're still working with Asobo to get all the information they need channeled out from the sim. So I don't think it's quite there yet. Hopefully by the end of the year. Definitely getting a little bit more turbulence over the mountains on this side of the range. I've flown out here on the edge, on the Alberta side of the Rockies, in a Cessna 172 RG. out of Lethbridge, which is a little bit further south in Alberta. And it's really, really cool. A little bit intimidating flying at 10,000 feet and having land still showing above you as you went a little bit deeper into the range. But yeah, it is dark out there. – 14 miles to top of descent. I think that's probably Calgary all lit up over there. That's where we're headed anyway. Yeah, there goes the sun. Fairly cloudless night. It's been pretty nice. Can never tell with the weather out here. There we go. Calgary area traffic, Skyways 3018, leaving flight level 370 on the IGVEP 6 arrival for runway 11 Calgary. Oh, look at that moon. Is bright. Alright, so we're going to descend down. Once we're through 30,000 feet, we will turn on the seatbelt sign. Allows the crew in the back to start getting themselves all set up and cleaned up, ready for landing. Pretty steep descent path because we're coming over the mountains. Keeps us high for as long as possible. Alright, nope, don't want that. We're going to do a little bit of calculations here. So we're going to go into our landing calculations. We're coming in at CYYC, runway 11, full length. Weather data is now in 110 at 6 knots, so that's updated. That is good to see. Dry conditions. Planned landing weight is going to be 52012. 52012. That is all fine. Calculate. We're actually going to go auto brake 3 for this landing. That'll leave us 900 or 793 meters at the short end of landing. Once flaps 30, we're going to go flaps 40. Let's change that to flaps 40. Definitely want AB3, auto brakes 3. Probably going to be using the whole runway on our landing. Because again, the runway length is only 8,000 feet. And while we are light, we are still a big airliner. So, I'm going to start switching some of my screens here into dark mode. Two WestJet aircraft, one going to San Francisco, one going to Phoenix, are on the ground at Calgary, and the two of us are inbound. That's all the traffic we have at the moment. ILS identifier is India Golf Yankee. Just keep that in mind so we know that we're picking it up. Ah, okay. You got me on TCAS now. That's good. So sun is definitely set. We're losing the reddish color in front of us. So there's us through 30,000 feet. Seatbelts will come on. Ding the back. Let's see if I can get them to do the announcement. No, they do it in the A320, but not in this one. That's fine. So the CYYC VOR is coming in. And we will eventually, there's the VOR there, and you can see the line if we come in and focus. So here's the runway. If we do the missed approach, we're just going to fly right out to that line. You can see the hold pattern, everything already in there. But that's the radial for the hold. So that is all looking good. Terrain radar is on. We're going to come back to 40 miles. Just because it is getting a little cluttered. Definitely Calgary over there. There's the mountains, some of the roads through the mountains. That heads up towards Banff, which is up there. I think we're flying over
Air Canada 492, leaving flight level 350 on the take bag 6 arrival, runway 11, Calgary.
I'm not sure what that little town is, but we're going to be coming out of the mountains to the south. Southwest of Calgary. It's all looking good. Alright, so we're going to be about 14,000 feet. We're definitely about 14,000 feet. We're targeting that hard 6,500 at the entry point into the approach, so that's what our path is guiding us down to. Fuel's 3.4. Yeah, I can see us being 3.2 when we touch down. Alright, so descent checklist, we'll just go through this. Destination weather has been obtained. Arrival data is set. Landing altitude is 3,600. That is checked. Radios are checked. Localizer, ILS frequency, and course are all punched in. NTIS not required. Warning, a recall is good. MCP is set. Altimeters. Well, we're cleared down below, so we will set the altimeter to 1037. So we'll come off of standard. 1037? What are we talking about? 3017. Let's get that down. 3017 is now set. Minimums for the ILS approach for this runway are 250 feet. We're going to go on radio because I don't want to be cranking this thing around forever. So we'll set 250 feet. It is pretty flat out here. I'm not worried about terrain issues giving me false readings before we get to the runway. Approach and missed approach, we were already briefed. Auto brakes are going to be auto brakes 3 as discussed. So altimeters are set to transition. Cabin pressure, cabin is depressurizing. We are going down. Do you want drag? No, you haven't said you want more drag. Coming down to the path. That's good. So I'm going to intervene in the speed. We're going to bring our speed back to 250.
Begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
All right. We are looking good. I'm going to go down to 20. So we have to be above 10,000 feet. Now at ADSEC we have to be below 10,000 feet. Shouldn't be an issue. Deceleration won't be an issue. We're already down to 250 knots. Here's the airport, directly ahead of us. Slightly below path. It's doing that so that for that deceleration it'll be able to level off. Looking good. That's Springbank Airport or Springbok Airport. Can't remember exactly what it's called. And there's the mountains just over there, not too far away from Calgary. So we're coming up, so we're gonna go landing lights on, we'll turn the runway turn-off lights are on, put the logo light on. Cabin pressure is looking good. I'm digging the cabin that we're at 10,000 feet. There we go. And confirmed approach for runway 11. So now, and course frequencies are checked. Speed is within limits. Speed brake is armed. Engines 1 and 2 will go into continuous. I'm doing a couple of these things out of order, but it allows me to turn off my lights for where I am, so I got a better view out the window in the dark. So we're through 10,000 feet. Now at ITPAC we have to be above 7,500. Down to 10 miles. I mean, we're only 2,000 feet above our intercept altitude. We're going to bring our speed back to 220 knots. That is our limit here at ADSEC, sorry. We're slowing down. India Golf Yankee identified for the ILS. We have the localizer. Making our turn. And 6,500 at Kissel. Okay, we've brought our descent rate right down so that we can reach ITPAC. So there's 220 knots at ADSEC, and at ITPAC we want to be at 210. Bringing the speed down, and we're below 250. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. We're going to go to flaps 10, which is below 210 knots, which we are. Flaps 10. $7,500 and 200 knots. We'll bring her back to 200 knots. And there's the turn. Speed back to 180. 1,000 to go. Sending down to 6,500 for the intercept. As soon as we straighten out, we will go to a localizer. Glide slope is showing. Localizer is showing. So we can go into approach mode once we straighten out. There's the airport. Approach mode is set. Maintaining 180 knots. And there's the intercept. Calgary area traffic skyways 3018 established on the ILS runway 11 Calgary. And glide slope captured, gear down. Speed to 165. Gear down 3 green. Flaps 15. Flaps 30. Stampede for the exit? Yeah, really. And we want 129 as our approach. Not sure what that flashing 8 up here on the IAS was. Alright, below 160. Flaps 30. And flaps full. Flaps full, gear down 3 green, command B. Autopilot, well, it doesn't want that, it kicked it off, that's fine. Cabin is notified. Kill the overhead lights. And we are all good. Go around altitude is 7,000 feet. That is set.
Calgary traffic, Air Canada 492 established, ILS runway 11, 8 miles.
You're only 4 miles behind me, or 3 miles behind me. You're going to be too close. I'm not going to get off in time for you, Brian. And you're going to end up having to go around. Because I'm either going down to F1 or F at the far end. Alright, approach speed is set, 121. It's 1,000 feet. I don't know how you closed in so quickly behind me there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a go around. $700 feet. $500 feet. I have control.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing. Don't float it.
10.
There's the reversers, 80 knots, 70 knots, reversers off. Auto brakes disengaged. We'll move down here to Foxtrot 1 and exit the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 7:48 p.m. and it's currently about 17 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Air Canada 492 going around.
There we go. And Calgary area traffic, Skyways 3018, clear runway 11, Calgary. Alright, so flaps coming up, speed brakes disarmed. Transponder to standby. Position lights will go to steady. Landing lights off, turn off lights off, taxi light is on, APU we will start. Reserve fuel. 2.9, not bad. Anti-ace not required, probe heats will come off. Engine start switches will go back to ground, or off. Auto brake is off. Clear that, clear that. Alright, we are taxiing to gate 35, 33, or 37, one of those three. Alright, let's taxi up. My strobe shouldn't be going. Yeah, you should be down. There we go, that's better. Calgary air traffic, Skyways 3018, taxiing to gate 35 via Foxtrot Golf, apron 1. So it's a nice evening arrival here in Calgary. It's almost 7 p.m. Be time to get through baggage claim, get your bags, and head over for a late dinner.
Air Canada 492, downwind, runway 11, visual landing.
And there's the terminal up ahead here. Still says there's a couple WestJets here somewhere. Unless, They may already be in the air, heading south. Anyway, Gulf makes a bit of a right turn here and heads off on an angle to the apron. So gate 35 is, which one is that? Third one up. This one right there. Alright, we do want to be in a position to see our nose wheel. This is the default Calgary with the GSX jetway changes. There we go. As you can see, they all say Calgary on them, which is nice.
Air Canada 492, turning base.
Alright.
Runway 11.
Let's get our GPU and everything hooked up. So we'll go to ground services, we'll get the chocks put in place, we'll request the ground power. You get your little air tag. Well, I didn't get notified that we had to unload any. Let's get the jetway coming out. We have the ground power, which we're now on. We'll get the dome light on. There's the jetway coming over. So with ground power on, we can come down here and shut down the engines. Anti-collision light will go off. Ground equipment. We'll get the bags unloaded. We're waiting for the engines to finish spinning down.
Air Canada 492, turn of final, runway 11, 6 miles.
And let's get the baggage guys coming in. And the jetway is here. Should let us start to deplane, but if we go back out to here, doors, open the door. See if it'll allow us to do that now. Yeah, we can deplane. And everything is starting to arrive on the outside. So we're going to be waiting here for Brian to get down. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm not sure why the PAX isn't deboarding. But thanks for coming along on this impromptu flight tonight. Have a great weekend, and for the Canadians out there, have a great long weekend. We will see you on the next one. Bye for now.